fans, welcome back to the second half of tonight's RWL Rage from San Antonio, Texas. Don Hickson, Christy Ogilvie, and Myron Schimmelman here with you with 4 more big matches coming up.
And that includes the Women's International Championship on the line tonight as Jody Boric defends against Angie Angel Guns.
Ooh, yeah. Now there's a match I'm hot to check out.
Me too.
Maybe Angie's finally gonna shut down the Memphis Millionaires.
And while that remains to be seen, Christy, let's get underway with the second half with our second half card opener with the legendary Haku set to lock it up against Das Deutschenhammer, Josef von Schmidt.
Welcome back, fans. Our second half opening match is scheduled for one fall with a 15-minute time limit. Approaching the ring from Papua New Guinea, weighing 285 pounds, here is Haku.
This one's kind of an interesting story in that everybody knows Josef von Schmidt has been going through something of a dry run lately. So he comes to me, says, I need a really tough match. I suggest to him, well, Haku's available, and he says, sign me up. Now, I respect Josef von Schmidt, and he's got a lot of courage, he's got a lot of guts, multi-time champion, everything in the world. But to challenge Haku, that seems a little nuts.
Normally that's the case, but consider. If Von Schmidt could beat Haku, it would be just the kind of big-time impressive win he needs, especially if he's tired of just running in place like he has been for almost a year now. It's a calculated risk Von Schmidt is taking, but with big dividends, if it pays off.
Von Schmidt's win-loss record for the last 12 months is definitely significantly lower than it has been in years past, and Von Schmidt could definitely use a big win.
His opponent from Berlin, Germany, weighing 275 pounds, Das Deutschenhammer, Josef von Schmidt.
Von Schmidt's made up his mind to crack the top echelons around here and get himself back some championship gold. They say he hasn't been the same since losing the international championship to Big Jake Blackwell last year, but I say they're full of it. It's a slump, not a crisis, and once Von Schmidt finds his groove again, everyone better just stand the hell on back, and I believe that.
Josef von Schmidt with 15 years in RWL, he has had to reinvent himself several times. The first ever RWL Memphis Million winner, multi-time world champion, multi-time international champion, multi-time national champion, multi-time Snarl television champion, and the list just goes on for Das Deutschenhammer Josef von Schmidt, who has certainly fallen on evil days since those great days of success.
I'm right there with Christy. Von Schmidt's gonna find his groove again sooner or later. I hope sooner rather than later, but I don't know if he's gonna do it against Haku tonight.
Well, when it comes to selecting difficult challenges, apparently Josef von Schmidt is not shy. Referee Willie Johnson rings the bell. They come center ring. They lock up collar and elbow. Haku quickly countered into a DDT by von Schmidt. Das Deutschenhammer takes himself to the middle rope. Doesn't connect with that move at all. Haku with a series of chops backs off von Schmidt. A hard right, another. Von Schmidt forced into the corner. Haku drives his head into the turnbuckle. Now Haku does it again. Haku moves in another right, and down goes von Schmidt. And now Haku putting feet to the chest of Josef von Schmidt. Just stomping and kicking. Drives an elbow into the head of Das Deutschenhammer. Von Schmidt back up on his feet with a wraparound DDT to Haku. Haku making his way back to his feet. Von Schmidt right there. Whips him to the far corner. A hard right. Von Schmidt now putting the boots to the face of Haku. Josef von Schmidt with a stomp to the leg. Haku misses with the clothesline. Von Schmidt goes behind. Haku counters with an elbow. Goes behind on Von Schmidt. A headlock punch. Down goes Das Deutschenhammer. Haku rounds him up again. Locks him up. Has him all the way up. A beautifully executed vertical suplex from Haku. Followed up with a stomp and a kick. Von Schmidt starting to lose some serious ground here. Haku raining right hands on the head of Das Deutschenhammer and another elbow right into the face of Josef von Schmidt. Again, Haku with those educated feet absolutely going to work on Josef von Schmidt. Haku countered by von Schmidt. Locks up Haku. Sets him up. Look at this here chicken wing suplex from Josef von Schmidt. Von Schmidt makes his way to the top turnbuckle. Here it goes. Elbow drop right across the chest of Haku. And Josef von Schmidt starting to regain some lost ground here. Belly-to-belly suplex on Haku. Von Schmidt starts stretching the arm. Gets back up on his feet before Haku does. And now goes and stretches the other side as well. The referee calling for the break here. Not going to tolerate too much abuse from Von Schmidt. Up over the shoulder, but Haku counters it. Has Von Schmidt up over the shoulder. Wow. Running power slam. That's pure power from Haku. Von Schmidt counters with a leg sweep. Von Schmidt winds up the arm on Haku. Snaps it. Haku counters with an enziguri, takes Von Schmidt down to the mat. Von Schmidt quickly back up, slams Haku down. Haku counters with exactly the same move, follows it up with a stomp. Rounds up Von Schmidt, a chop, a second. And look at this right here, a knee breaker. Winds it up and wow, Haku combining some moves here and into a blatant choke right in front of the referee. Slams the arm of Von Schmidt to the canvas and again begins raining right hands on the head of Das Deutschenhammer. Haku absolutely relentless. Tagging Von Schmidt with those right. Von Schmidt sweeps the leg, takes him down. Winds up the arm again. And one more time, snapping the right arm of Haku. Josef von Schmidt rounds up Haku. Hard whip into the corner. Here comes Von Schmidt. Haku counter whips him into the corner. Look at this here. The speed of Von Schmidt rebounds off the ropes. Haku can't get him. Boom. Elbow. Takes down Haku to the canvas. Von Schmidt covers, hooks the leg. 1, 2. But only a 2 count. Haku getting the left shoulder up. Von Schmidt taking Willie Johnson to task on his counting. Von Schmidt rounds up Haku, a right, another spins him around. He goes behind Haku, counters with an elbow, moves back in, locks up Von Schmidt. Sets him up, has him all the way up. Nope, the vertical suplex doesn't get employed here. Von Schmidt countering it. Haku up on the shoulders in the fireman's carry, counters Von Schmidt with elbows. Has him up, lets gravity do the work, slams him face down into the canvas. Von Schmidt counters with a kick back up on his feet, quickly takes down Haku. Well, you look at this right here. Winds him up, a little leg lock, a little surfboard stomp. Some variety from Josef von Schmidt. Das Deutschenhammer, dragging Haku center ring, rolls him over, covers and hooks the leg again. 1, 2, and as near as a 3 as you could get without getting the 3. Von Schmidt starting to get really irritated with Willie Johnson. Haku counters back up on his feet, rounds up Josef von Schmidt. Oh, has him by the throat, but Von Schmidt counters. Haku counters. Von Schmidt goes for the ride again, face first into the canvas, followed up with a stomp from Haku. Haku with a chop. A hard right, spinning Von Schmidt around, goes behind, has him up over the shoulder. Oh man, this is, a Dominator slam from Haku, followed up with a series of stomps. Von Schmidt in big trouble right now. A hard shot to the gut takes him down again. Haku has him by the throat again. Von Schmidt not going for it and knows that Tongan death grip is just one move away. Tries for the chicken wing suplex. Haku counters with a shot. Tags him with a right, has him up in the front cradle. Slams his back into the turnbuckle and turns him out center ring. Haku regaining control here. And here's a shoulder claw. Von Schmidt center ring, no ropes to get you, and he is bleeding profusely. Haku with that shoulder claw locked in. Von Schmidt sweeps the leg, gets back up, and now starts stretching the arm of Haku. Haku rounded back up again. A flip over neck whip from Josef von Schmidt. And again, the momentum has shifted in this matchup towards von Schmidt. Does Deutschenhammer. Lands the leg drop right across the throat of Haku. One more time, going for the cover. 1, 2. And are you serious? Von Schmidt really irritated with Willie Johnson. This match could have been over, quite possibly. Von Schmidt rounds up Haku. Flip over neck whip in retaliation. Delivers a kick to the leg. And sets him up just about center ring for a single leg crab. Leans into it. That's it. I don't believe it. Haku is tapping. Josef von Schmidt defeats Haku by submission. Let's get the official time from Aria Mitchell.
Now that was a big deal win.
Here's the time, 7 minutes and 45 seconds. And your winner, Josef von Schmidt.
Das Deutschenhammer with a, bleeding all over the place, but with a big-time upset, a submission win over Haku. Von Schmidt clearly well prepared for the Tongan death grip of Haku. Knew it was coming, managed to evade it several times. And to come up with a tap-out win over Haku, that is definitely bragging rights around here. Again, Josef von Schmidt victorious via tap-out over Haku, and we will be right back with more RWL Rage right after the break. Stay with us.